So, I had a couple of concerning incidences since the toilet paper thing. I did ask a couple of employees if it was them that came in and did that and left it on the table. They denied it, and I never thought that it would be them. It never even came to mind because most of them live relatively far from work. So do I. And I had an incident happen this morning that was similar, except more detailed. Before I get into that, I want to talk about a dream I had. And I'm going to use the word dream in quotations because I couldn't describe it as either an OBE, a lucid dream, or a regular dream. It had none of those attributes. If I really dug deep and gave it some thought, I would probably put it in the category of an astral experience. But it felt more than anything just like real life. Almost like it actually literally happened. But I do want to confirm that I was sleeping and I was working a night shift, and I woke up like in the middle of the day, so around 1 or 2 o'clock, and I had this very, very, very profound and vivid recollection of a wire brush, aluminum wire sponge. When I was in high school, I worked at Denny's washing dishes for 2 years or more. And we had these wire aluminum brushes that we would use to scrub the pans before we put them in the washing machine. And this wire brush was in my mouth, stuffed to the brim, going all the way back into my throat, deep into my throat. And I had my mouth pried open, hardly able to breathe, and in pain. And I can't recall. I remember being lucid and awake, but I couldn't understand whether I was sitting or standing. It was like there was no context of what dimension I was in or what position I was in. Was I sitting, standing? I didn't know. I do know that there was two people in front of me directly, a foot away, almost near my face. One was to the left, the other was to the right. One was a thin female, her face blurred out, almost deliberately. I could not see her face at all. I could clearly see her hands, her body. It looked like some sort of medical attire. And there was another person to the right. I could not see them practically at all. I could not distinguish their gender whatsoever. And they were both standing there, and they were extracting this wire brush from inside my mouth. And I felt every single detail of this, down to where I had a really strong recollection of how it was coming out of my throat. And they got it out, and I was able to breathe again. I was gasping for breath. Then I woke up. So, did a portion of my consciousness somehow got quantumly entangled with another version of myself, the self being the soul, a split version of the spirit essence, living another life in another time, in another dimension somehow got entangled with this version of me who is experiencing this traumatic event, however it happened, which obviously could only have been deliberate. Or was I hypnotized and it actually happened because it felt so real? It felt so real. Last night, I went to bed, I woke up, and the battery, which I fully charged to 100% on my phone and on my computer, were completely drained. They were down very much. I did not leave anything on my phone. It was on the position of sleep, and the laptop, I woke up, checked it. It was fine. Then I woke up again, and it was completely drained. Now, could be a battery thing, but both the phone and the computer. I go out to my patio chair, and I'm not saying this is supernatural. I do have a logical explanation for this one. There was something sitting, well, logical, not really, actually. I have this rocking chair in my balcony that I go out and read in. And again, just like the toilet paper sitting directly in the middle of the table, there was this card sitting exactly in the middle of the chair, perfectly positioned. It says, I don't know if you could see that. What is your guilty pleasure? And it's a game of truth or dare, I suppose. So I concluded that I live on the first floor. My neighbor's on top. She was sweeping the balcony, and she swept this off, and it landed perfectly on my rocking chair. And I'll actually go show you exactly how it landed, or if that's what happened, assuming. Because that's the only thing that could have happened, because we do not have this game at home, so it had to have come from one of my neighbors or something. Even so, even though there is a logical explanation here, it is strange how it was facing up in this perfect position. I'll show you exactly how I found it. Here, you guys want to check out my apartment a little bit? It's my son's room. It's our hamster. It's his hamster. Her name's Betty. It's kind of dark in here, sorry. Got some goldfish over here. So here's the chair right here. Just like that. Exactly like that. I don't know if you could see that. Well, conclude whatever you want about that. So be it.